Television's most unbelievable hour starts right now with the Ripley special event from halfway around the world. You won't believe where they sent me now.
Tonight, a Ripley special event. Kelly Packard gets set to fire the first shot in the world's biggest food fight. Only Ripley's brings you the unbelievable tomato war, where no one is spared. This man is a modern-day headhunter, scouring the globe in search of real human flesh. His prized possession, the shrunken head of an unassuming tourist. When Chad the cat disappeared, nobody dreamed they'd find him hidden under the porch with a 3-foot arrow through his back.
It was sort of tipped over because the arrow was so long, he didn't know what to do.
Find out how this cat with 9 lives survived in tonight's Unbelievable Animals. Plus, you've seen the Crop Circle movie. Now see what Ripley's uncovered about these signs, only visible from the sky. Also only on Ripley's will you meet the world's smallest woman. And flying has become a stress-filled nightmare. Now one carrier's come up with a shocking solution for relieving anxiety in the air.
Welcome to Extra Sky Airlines.
Only on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
You're just in time for Ripley's Believe It or Not. And Kelly Packard kicks off tonight's first unbelievable story.
Thanks, Dean. I'm here in Buñol, Spain, home of the world's largest food fight. It's called La Tomatina, and let me tell you, I'm terrified about what's going to happen. Because you see, this food fight consists of over 1 million of these. And if there's one food that I would rather die than eat, it's tomatoes. I hate them. They make me sick. But I'll get through this. In fact, I get to throw the first tomato that starts the mayhem. Earlier today, I walked through this quiet little town trying to piece together the mystery of this food fight. Let's take a look. It all started in this quiet little Mediterranean town of Buñol, Spain. Now, I've talked to some of the locals, and it's quite clear that there's contradicting stories about how this whole thing got started. But my favorite is actually from a local that's still alive. He and his buddies were at this cafe eating after a night of partying. They ordered a big salad, and there was so much salad left over that they got in this huge food fight. It spilled out into the streets, and over the years, it has erupted from a salad fight to a tomato fight. And it brings over 25,000 people from all over the world to join in and duke it out. Because of the people that were getting hurt throughout the years, in 1951, the city leaders decided to ban tomato throwing forever. The people here were very sad, and they had a tomato funeral, where they actually walked down the city streets with a large tomato in a casket. It wasn't long, though, before the town hall heard their cries and allowed the celebration to happen again. But this time, they had strict regulations. You couldn't start until the signal, and you had to end promptly at the end of the signal. You also had to crush the tomato before you threw it. Now, each year, the tomatina has grown, and people from all over the world come to join in the madness and let the tomatoes fly. Well, the estimated crowd of over 25,000 people have started to arrive, and we are getting ready for the world's largest food fight ever. It's gonna be messy. Don't go away.
Ripley's has the world's largest collection of shrunken heads, with 75 and counting. But you're about to meet a human head collector who is shrinking our lead.
He scours the internet and pores over newspaper ads. Bill Jamison's a modern-day headhunter, but he's not looking for people to fill jobs. Believe it or not, this headhunter literally collects shrunken human heads.
They just basically look like they're the person, only they're the size of a baseball.
For the past 10 years, Bill, a very successful retired contractor, has been obsessed with collecting rare and macabre artifacts from around the world.
This is tan-tattooed human flesh. This is a human bone village from New Guinea.
8 years ago, Bill began a search for human heads. The quest led him to members of one particular South American tribe known as the Shuar, the last warrior tribe to still practice the barbaric act. shrinking heads as war trophies well into the 1950s.
No one else shrunk heads. There were other headhunters, but nobody took part in the ritual of shrinking heads except that tribe.
Looking to add a real human head to his grisly collection, Bill traveled to the Amazon, a trip he documented on videotape. Bill met with actual Shuar tribe members who remember taking part in the gruesome decapitation process. Though taking heads is now illegal, the Shuar shared their age-old head-shrinking secrets with Bill.
You cut up the back of the head to the crown, then you peel off the face and basically simmer it in a pot of boiling, simmering water for about 45 minutes. You then leave it to smoke over an open fire for the night.
But that wasn't enough. Bill still wanted his own shrunken head. He continued on to a remote village in Ecuador, where thanks to a local store owner, Bill at last found the exact specimen he was after.
He had it hidden in a box under the counter and pulled it out, and we made a deal, and I shipped it home.
This one shrunken head ignited an obsession in the collector. Bill wanted more. He began placing ads on the internet, in newspapers, and in magazines. Unbelievably, the morbid artifacts came rolling in.
I think that my collection is pretty diverse because I have a mixture of heads from different cultures.
This real-life headhunter now has 11 fully authenticated tribal trophies. And there's a big price on these heads, valued at over $100,000. His morose collection includes a long-haired native with feathers, and this warrior, complete with facial tattoos. And while every head is extremely valuable, this is Bill's most coveted possession. A one-of-a-kind red-headed Caucasian male, extremely scarce since tribes rarely encountered Caucasians deep in their jungle dwellings. And if so, it's unlikely they would cut his head off.
Although it's never been proven, there's, I guess, always a possibility this red-headed shrunken head could be this explorer that went missing down in Ecuador many years ago.
It's the chilling centerpiece of the largest private shrunken head collection in the world. But this headhunter's appetite is only getting bigger.
I don't think any collector's collection is ever complete. There's always something better.
Now, Leon Lyons of St. Augustine, Florida, the world's leading authority on deep-sea diving, has spent his entire life collecting one-of-a-kind gear like this, a homemade diving helmet crafted from a cast-iron hot water heater. It worked up to a maximum depth of 20 feet. It was designed by a commercial diver from Virginia just for fun, something for his kids to use in the backyard pool. But this pressure-resistant helmet actually inspired the state-of-the-art gear that's used today. And the interesting thing about collector Leon Lyons, he rarely dives himself. Now, take a look at this. It's so large, it can only be seen from the sky. A mind-boggling formation spread over 46 million square feet. But this isn't an ancient creation like the Nazca lines of Peru. Believe it or not, deep in the Australian outback sits the world's largest work of art. A larger-than-life cowboy covering an area equivalent to 800 football fields. After retiring, this former mining engineer was inspired by similar work that he'd seen in South America. So Ando set out to make his own piece of mega art. The first step was finding a suitable location.
I traveled many, many miles over the desert looking for the right place near a mountain range so it could have a viewing platform.
Amazingly, Ando used no electronic equipment to design and lay out his cowboy image. After hand sketching the blueprints, he meticulously plotted key points on the landscape. Once the plot points were set, Ando and his partner rolled up their sleeves and got to work. Countless hours of hot, dusty physical labor were needed before a recognizable image finally emerged from the landscape.
My paintbrush was a tractor. But behind the tractor was a modified piece of agricultural machinery that I bought, and I welded pieces onto it, and it was cut, and it made the correct lines that I needed.
At times, the weather was unbearable, with huge dust storms sweeping across the desert plains, often putting a halt to Ando's work. But he persevered, and after a year of hard work, Ando used a pick to put on the finishing touches. Now there was only one thing left to do: rent a plane. Ando's giant creation was so large, it could only be seen from almost a mile straight up.
The first flight over him was a very emotional experience. Everything was in the right place. It wasn't like a Picasso that had an eye up on the forehead and the bent nose. It actually looked exactly like it was supposed to.
This unbelievable work of art should last for years, until erosion eventually causes it to disappear. And for Ando, his Aussie achievement is a childhood dream finally come true.
I've always wanted to be an artist, and I could always draw and paint, but to work on the scale that I'm working now, it's fabulous. It really is.
Ripley's legally insane. We travel the globe in search of the most unbelievable laws on the books. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Commit a crime here, and the judge will turn you into a fashion fool, forcing you to wear humiliating color-coded caps while performing community service. An assault conviction will earn you a baby blue hat. Drunk drivers get pink, while green is reserved for shoplifters. Brown, appropriately enough, goes to people who fail to clean up after their pets. As silly as it sounds, this hat humiliation is actually lowering the rate of repeat offenders. Insane or not, it's the law. Next, Eddie Matzker is obsessed with inline skating, battling bulls, and even tackling the world's tallest mountains while wearing wheels.
You'd be surprised at the things I do with my skates on.
You won't believe who wins when Ripley's pits Muscle Man versus Machine on the steep streets of San Francisco. Also, at just 25 inches tall, she's the world's smallest woman. But find out why this little lady is really living large. Plus, the bunny-loving couple transforming their house into one huge rabbit hutch. Dean unwraps the longest stogie on Earth.
It took 2 weeks to pack this sucker.
And the only airline in the world where flight attendants arrive at the airport dressed like this, but board the plane looking like this. Those stories and more moments away, only on Ripley's.
Eddie Matzker is a man obsessed with the sport of inline skating. From tackling the world's tallest mountains to battling it out with the bulls. Eddie's done it all. Now he'll attempt something no one's ever tried: racing a cable car up one of San Francisco's steepest hills.
I like taking ordinary challenges and turning them into extraordinary challenges.
This world-class athlete's love for wheels began when he was still a student.
I tried every single sport when I was in high school, and then everything just paled in comparison as soon as I got on my skates.
And once Eddie put his skates on, he never took them off.
You'd be surprised at the things I do with my skates on. I do my laundry with my skates on, I water the garden, I sweep.
And while most people never get to travel the world, Eddie has already skated it.
You'd be surprised how much of the world you can see when you're on your skates.
Among the more exotic locations Eddie has skated are Tahiti, Indonesia, China, and India. In fact, Eddie is the only man in the world to have reached the top of 20,000-foot Mount Kilimanjaro on, you guessed it, inline skates.
People thought I was pretty crazy going up there, but to me, it's a relative thing. The more time I spend on my skates, the more normal it is to do these kinds of things.
For today's Ripley's Challenge, Eddie will race a cable car uphill on San Francisco's dreaded Hyde Street, one of the steepest streets in the city.
I mean, that thing goes straight up.
Eddie begins preparing himself for the grueling event.
Gotta get tight.
The competitors are in place, and the race begins. Eddie, quick to the start, immediately takes the lead. But skating up such a steep hill, gravity and fatigue begin to wear on him. Slowly, the cable car begins to catch up. Eddie pushes himself as he fights fatigue, desperately trying to maintain his lead against the trolley. Nose to nose, Eddie and the cable car trade the lead. As they approach the top, it looks like Eddie's met his match, but with an amazing last-ditch effort, Eddie edges out the car at the finish. Incredibly, Eddie's muscular body triumphs over machine. A feat this high roller will never forget.
I was a little scared there I wasn't going to be able to do it. It was kind of like the old drag race there. He's ahead and I'm ahead. He's ahead, I'm ahead. I thought I was going to lose this cable car, but I got him, so I'm a happy guy tonight.
This is the world's largest cigar. At 5 feet 11 inches long, this hand-rolled stogie weighs about 55 pounds, and it contains enough tobacco to make about 3,000 regular cigars. It took 2 men 2 weeks to pack this sucker. The tobacco is from Honduras. It was rolled in Miami, and it's now part of a traveling Ripley's exhibit. And I bet nobody ever smokes it. Now, from the world's largest to the smallest. And as you are about to see, wonderful things do come in small packages. While she's smaller than most kids and easily gets lost in a group of preschoolers, Madge Bester is no youngster. Believe it or not, at just over 25 inches tall and 14.5 pounds, she holds the distinction of being the smallest woman in the world.
I'm the famous one because I'm the smallest woman in the world.
Madge was born in 1963, and as a baby she was diagnosed with osteogenesis imperfecta, or brittle bone disease, a condition which eventually stunted her growth and made her bones extremely fragile. And though it would be easy to let her delicate condition control her life, 39-year-old Madge bravely faces down a world where even the simplest tasks can end in disaster. Despite recently being confined to a wheelchair, she still lives in her own apartment, caring for herself, 2 birds, and a dog named Blackie. And while she can obviously take care of herself, standing just the size of the average 1-year-old, Madge has had to come up with some very creative ways to do everyday things.
I just use a long stick to put on the lights. Then I open the taps and wash my face.
And she's a regular around the town of Johannesburg, South Africa, where she's lived all of her life. Though her short stature still attracts attention, Madge enjoys her shopping.
I can do my shopping like anyone else. He's upset if the stuff is up very high.
But what Madge enjoys most is spending time with children, with whom she feels she shares a special bond.
The children listen to me because they are the same length like me.
Now Madge even travels the world, educating the public about her misunderstood condition. The chance to help other people is what's most important to this small woman with a huge heart. This next couple may think twice before they start another hobby. They collect bunnies. And when you collect bunnies, they multiply.
Walking through their neighborhood, you'd never know this couple shares a strange obsession. But one look around their suburban home tells the story. Believe it or not, every available inch is devoted to the world's largest collection of bunnies. Over 14,000 and growing.
In about 5 or 6 years, we'll move to a place that's 10 times bigger. And then we'll be able to really spread out our bunnies.
It all began back in 1992. While still dating, Steve Lubanski gave Candace Frazee a stuffed bunny as a Valentine's Day gift.
This is the first bunny that started the whole collection.
As the Pasadena, California couple continued their courtship, they also continued exchanging bunnies. Soon, the collection took on a life of its own. When it came time to tie the knot, it was no surprise what the theme of the wedding turned out to be. From the centerpieces to the carrot cake, everything was bunny. Even the groom, as a surprise for Candace, hopped out dressed in a furry costume. And unbelievably, 10 years later, rabbits still hold their fascination. Almost everything in their house is bunny related, including the light switch, shower curtain, teapot, cookie jars, refrigerator magnets, salt and pepper shakers, slippers, and even 6 bunny pets. They also have some very expensive hairs, like this pearl bunny, and their oldest, a treasured rabbit ring from the Middle East, dating back to 100 AD. And the collection just keeps multiplying like bunnies, because these two eagerly show their love by exchanging rabbit-related gifts every single day.
Steve couldn't wait. He was too excited, so that's how it became an everyday thing, that Steve just couldn't wait. That's great.
Surprisingly, Candace and Steve still get excited about their gifts.
People say, aren't you going to be bored? Don't you have enough? No, I can't wait till I say I have 1 million. Look at his cheeks.
Now, believe it or not, Steve and Candace's home doubles as the world's largest bunny museum, where the couple spends much of their free time showing people around.
You can only come in if you like bunnies.
I like to share. I've always been that way. And I cannot see having a collection like this and keeping it to ourselves. I think that would be an injustice to other people.
They just have one regret.
I wish we had more room in the house, but not so much to live in, just to put more bunnies in. I'm running out of ideas.
Steve and Candace would not let our cameras into one specific room of their bunny museum that they call a little hop of horrors. Apparently, among the gruesome displays, a lucky rabbit's foot. It's not yours though, is it, buddy? No. Okay.
When this man woke up with a terrible stomachache, he knew it was something he'd eaten, but he had no idea that something was his dentures. Buried deep inside his belly for 2 whole years. Wait till you see how they pulled this man's teeth from his tummy. Plus, Ripley's unearths the world's largest musical instrument, buried deep underground.
Hey, Kelly Packard here in Buñol, Spain. I'm talking to the crowd to see what it takes to make the world's largest food fight. Don't go away. We'll be back with this Ripley special event.
Here in Virginia, 164 feet below the ground, is the world's largest musical instrument. An enormous, one-of-a-kind organ made from the stalactites hanging from the cave ceiling. First discovered in 1878, the 480-million-year-old cavern remained unchanged until 1954. That's when scientist and musician Leland Sprinkle realized the stalactites produce musical tones when tapped. After locating all the tones of the musical scale, Leland honed the stalactites with a sander until they were perfectly pitched. Then, he wired them to a specially built keyboard, each key triggering a rubber mallet which in turn strikes the desired stalactite.
It is a completely unique instrument. It's one of a kind, and it's interesting to play.
Needless to say, for tour groups of all ages, this cave organ offers an eclectic and truly earthly tone.
It is quite an interesting engineering feat. There's great concert halls built all around the world and great cathedrals that they haven't had such the ability to get such great sound quality.
And best of all, because it's made of mineral formations that are no longer growing, the one-of-a-kind stalactite organ will never need retuning, keeping its truly organic sound for ages.
One visitor has been quoted as saying that the stalactite organ is man's genius and the hand of God in perfect harmony. I think that sums it up very well.
You would think that the trick to wearing dentures is keeping them from falling out of your mouth. But as you're about to see, the real danger is when they go the other way.
Rahendran Namadaran has a story that's hard to stomach. Believe it or not, this 28-year-old man recently discovered he had a set of dentures stuck in his stomach. And they'd been down there for an entire 2 years. Rahendran lost his teeth to gum disease and was forced to wear dentures. He never had a problem until one morning, he woke up and they were gone. Suffering stomach pain, he suspected he'd swallowed his choppers, but he couldn't find a doctor to take his belly aching seriously. In desperation, Rahendran turned to a noted specialist in the field of stomach disorders. Alarmed by his frail condition, doctors realized the only way to figure out what was wrong with his stomach was to take a look inside. Rahendran was sedated, and a small endoscopic camera was inserted down his throat. After 30 minutes of searching, they finally found what they were looking for. While X-rays weren't able to detect the plastic, the camera saw what the X-rays couldn't: a large section of Rahendran's dentures. Strange as it was, the situation was extremely dangerous. Rahendran was lucky he hadn't choked to death. Doctors immediately go to work using forceps to grab hold of the teeth, carefully and gently bringing them out through the stomach, esophagus, and mouth. Today, with a settled stomach and pain-free, Rahendran has a brand new set of dentures wired to his mouth. Now that's something to smile about. Next, target practice turns tragic when an archer misses his mark and accidentally skewers the neighbor's pet. The remarkable battle to save Chad the cat is next. Plus,
I'm Kelly Packard here in Buñol, Spain, where over 25,000 people from around the world are getting ready to hurl 130 tons of tomatoes in what some call the world's wildest food fight. Don't go anywhere, because I get to throw the first tomato.
and the airline alleviating long lines and unexpected delays with red carpet service and attendance dressed like this. Ripley's will be right back. Ripley's world of unbelievable animals.
It's been said that cats have 9 lives, and if that's true, this one only has 8 left. Because believe it or not, Chad the cat was skewered by a 3-foot arrow that was just a hair away from severing his spine. When Chad's owners, Milton and Mary Dolan, discovered their beloved cat hiding under their porch, they never could have imagined what was wrong. Chad, as is the cat's natural instinct, had sought out a place to curl up and die after being severely wounded.
And the arrow stuck out so far that I had a problem. I couldn't twist it or anything or hurt the cat.
They soon discovered that Chad had been accidentally shot by a neighbor target practicing in his backyard. When the archer overshot his mark, the stray arrow hit the Dolan's cat.
He felt real badly about the accident. He didn't realize that he had shot the cat.
Chad's veterinarian, Dr. Karen Fidel, was shocked by how close the arrow came to the cat's backbone.
It actually looked like it had penetrated the spine on the one x-ray that we took, but the second x-ray confirmed that it didn't do that.
Luckily, the nearly 36-inch arrow had been slowed by the strong muscles around Chad's neck, preventing the arrowhead from hitting the spine. But removing the 3-foot arrow wasn't easy. It was so deep and dangerously close to Chad's spine, doctors were forced to cut along the full length of the cat's back to remove it. 25 stitches and several drainage tubes later, this exclusive Ripley's footage shows Chad recovering from the uncanny accident that only missed killing him by a whisker. The collar is to prevent him from chewing at his stitches. Today, the injury is hard to even detect, and apart from a couple of scars, Chad is fine. Even most of his fur has grown back. And because the Dolan's neighbor is so sorry about what happened, he's even paid Chad's $1,000 vet bill. Now, Chad enjoys his walks on a leash and collar. And despite the arrow that nearly severed his spine, Chad's a happy cat.
I think the way he's been treated and the way he reacts to treatment, that he should live to be an old cat.
Now it's time to go back out to Kelly Packard on the Ripley's World Tour.
Thanks, Dean. I'm back here at the Tomatina Festival in Buñol, Spain. We are just moments away from what is expected to be the world's largest food fight, and things are gonna get crazy. I was up early this morning to take a peek at what it takes to prepare for this unique event. I hit the street at the crack of dawn to find townspeople already planning for the chaos to come. Now, I've heard that this is gonna be unbelievably messy, so that's why everyone's covering their windows with boards and tarps. Within a couple of hours, nearly 100 buildings will be sealed off. And for when it's all over, they've set up this makeshift shower for the participants to come and get all the tomato gunk off of them. There's also a crew standing by to hose down the streets after it's bombarded with tomatoes. 5 truckloads will make their way down this street, each carrying over 5,000 pounds of tomatoes that come from all over Spain. Seems like we're all ready. When we come back, they want me to throw the first tomato. I think I can do this. Don't go anywhere. We're just minutes away from the world's most unbelievable food fight.
Also, Hooters Air may be trying to take off, but Ripley's found the businessman who beat them into the sky.
What we're offering is a personalized service from a very, very beautiful woman.
The airline attendants in underwear when Ripley's returns. Enter Robert Ripley's archives.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
The year is 1948. While most 11-month-old infants are learning how to walk, Sherry Lynn Whitford is getting into the swim of things. This miniature mermaid proves to be a natural in the pool by the time she's 7 months old and can hold her breath underwater for nearly 30 seconds. In fact, her swim coach is so confident in her buoyant baby's abilities that she even lets Sherry take an unassisted dip in the deep end.
Believe it or not.
These days, flying is one horrendous nightmare. From parking headaches to long lines at the SkyCap. Then it's on to security and finally the ticket counter. But when it comes to customer service, one airline has rushed to fill the void and eliminate the lines, the wait, and the worry. Because although the flight attendants show up to the airport dressed like this, they get to work looking like this.
Welcome to Extra Sky Airlines.
This is the only airline of its kind. Owned and operated by Ron Cash, this passenger-pleasing sky shuttle is the world's most luxurious and carefree way to fly.
What we're offering is a personalized service from a very, very beautiful woman.
On the day of a flight, passengers get a taste of the personal touch before they even arrive at the airport. With a door-to-jet limousine service and a fast private security check, the time restraints of other airlines are completely eliminated.
We have our own security company, and they're used by a lot of big-name people like Madonna, and they'll go through their bags beforehand. But when they get to our airline, their bags are going to be checked in immediately.
We have 3 emergency exits located, 2 at the back and 1 at the front.
Once on board, trained flight attendants provide services you won't find anywhere else. Stressed-out businessmen are treated to shoulder massages, manicures, pedicures, and even facials at 35,000 feet. But that's not all. Gourmet meals, music CDs, and an array of DVDs for the passengers' enjoyment are also available on the in-flight entertainment menu. And it's not only men who fly these friendly skies. Female executives are also treated to the same spa-style services by specially trained male flight attendants.
In the unlikely event that we experience the loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop. You place it over your head and breathe.
And while there's no doubt the unconventional uniforms will get your attention, so will the airfares. You see, there's a premium price for stress-free flying, with ticket prices starting at $2,000. But for clients who insist on being pampered in the lap of luxury, the service is definitely worth it.
Most of our clients don't even want to land. They want us to keep going around the airport. They say circle and circle. So, I mean, they're really into the whole experience, and we're very happy about that.
Believe it.
The streets of Spain are packed as Kelly Packard counts down the final seconds to kick off the ultimate tomato clash.
This is where it all gets started. This pole right here, it's all greased up and there's a ham at the top of it. It's up to the crowd to get that ham down, and once that's done, it's a free-for-all food fight.
Don't budge. Kelly fires the first shot next. And Ripley's digs up the real-life remains of a fabled 4-horned creature. Did it really exist? Dean examines the evidence when we rummage through the Ripley's Vault. Next. Kelly Packard brings you the most amazing people and truly unbelievable acts from across the country and around the globe.
We are back at the Tomatina Festival in Buñol, Spain, and just the sight of these tomatoes is making me nervous. Did I tell you I hate tomatoes? The pole just behind me is all greased up, and the crowd is trying to cut down a ham that is tied to the top, because here it's tradition to eat ham with tomatoes. Now, once they cut it down, I get the signal to throw the first tomato. Now, they have explained to me that there is only one rule for this, and that is that you have to squeeze the tomato like this before you throw it. Looks like this guy's getting close to the ham. Once he gets it, it's time for a food fight.
Let's do it again.
are plenty of mythical creatures out there in the world which are nothing more than hoaxes. The jackalope, half rabbit, half antelope. The Fiji mermaid, half fish, half monkey. But the animal head you're looking at here is no hoax. This is a geep, half goat, half sheep. Robert Ripley himself acquired this four-horned specimen in 1932. The Vikings originally crossbred them in an attempt to create a single animal that would provide both wool and milk. And though rare, they are still crossbred today. But it's not called a geep. It's now called a shoat. Unbelievable? Believe it.
Only those with the guts.
All right, let's do this.
Win the glory. Fear Factor. Back-to-back episodes. Tonight starting at 7. Only on Chiller.
Scare Tactics. Back-to-back episodes. Tomorrow starting at 7. Only on Chiller. Scary good.